Many people will mellow with age as they begin the process of reflecting back on their lives and thinking about their accomplishments and any regrets they may have. The problem with narcissists, however, is that they lack the ability for self-reflection. They have built a false self-image that they infused with grandiose ideas of superiority and perfection. To reflect on their life's accomplishments and see anything that is less than perfection would risk their entire carefully constructed and extremely fragile identity. Here are 7 reasons why the aging process causes their narcissistic tendencies to increase. Number 1. Narcissists lose their physical abilities as they age. Another reason pathological narcissists get worse with age is that they are losing their physical prowess. They are no longer able to do the same things they could when they were young. Their metabolism slows and they gain weight, which further impacts their ability to do things they could do in their youth. They are more prone to injuries, which can cause more limitations for them. This is hard for anyone to deal with, but it's particularly difficult for a narcissist who has proclaimed themselves to be superior and perfect. They wanted to believe they would somehow not be subject to the same changes as everyone else. Their inability to keep up physically further infuriates them, and they push themselves to the point of obsession to stay in the game. As they fail to do so, they are more subject to depression and anxiety. It's a vicious cycle that their pathological narcissism creates. It feeds their self-loathing and internal shame, which exacerbates their narcissistic symptoms. Number 2. The aging narcissist faces retirement and loss of purpose. Young narcissists try to project an image to the people around them that emphasizes their importance. They work to show everyone how much they are needed, and that's why they often do well in their careers. As they get closer to retirement, however, they begin to sense the impending loss of purpose that will bring to their life. Of course, that frustrates them and also causes them to make rash decisions to try to demonstrate their own importance. It can even be a factor in late-life narcissism. As a result, they may undermine their colleagues at work even more than they already do to show their bosses just how much they are needed. They will also engage in blame shifting even more for the errors they make, particularly as they are increasingly making those rash decisions that can easily lead to mistakes. When they do finally retire, they may lose all sense of purpose, and as a result, they become exponentially more irritable and difficult to deal with for their family members. Their rage is frequently triggered, and they lash out irrationally at everyone around them. Number 3. The aging narcissist no longer commands attention. One of the biggest reasons why the narcissist gets worse with age is that they are no longer able to command the attention they used to when they were younger. No matter whether the narcissist in question is a covert narcissist or an overt narcissist, they want to be the center of attention. No longer being able to be in the spotlight is a common lament for older people, but for the narcissist, it's absolutely devastating. If they can't be in the spotlight, it's harder for them to get the narcissistic supply of adoration they so desperately need. Their inability to command attention makes them even more manipulative and spiteful in their behavior. They also tend to turn to more extreme behavior to try to put themselves in the spotlight. As they become increasingly frustrated with that effort, they often turn to creating drama that will force others to pay attention to them. This may come in the form of psychosomatic illnesses, suicide attempts, or other extreme behaviors. Number 4. Aging narcissists can't relate to people their own age. Aging narcissists don't conceive of themselves as old, and as a result, they often can't relate to people their own age. Since they are always striving to manipulate other people, they often look for younger individuals as victims because they are easier to control. Older people are much more aware of such manipulation tactics, and they tend to avoid or even reject the aging narcissist for that reason. But the narcissist also feels they are better than other people their own age, and for that reason, they don't want to be associated with them. They want to be seen as young, and they want to be accepted by younger people as part of their group. Because they don't seek out people their own age to form relationships with, they have fewer friends their own age, and fewer friends in general. That leads to more isolation and depression as they age, and it also adds to the list of things that provoke their narcissistic rage. Number 5. Narcissists tire of battle as they age. As the years pass, everyone gets a little tired of the challenges that life presents. For the narcissist, however, this is yet one more indicator that they are not the superior, perfect person they have claimed to be. Their inability to handle the challenges life gives them threatens to expose their hidden secret, their flawed true self. Narcissists live in a constant state of fear that they will be exposed as flawed, and that's why they are constantly manipulating the people and circumstances around them. As they get older, despite their best efforts, they can't keep up the pace of manipulation like they could when they were younger. They tire of the game, but they need to keep up the game to avoid a narcissistic collapse. That would mean the exposure of all their flaws, and they simply can't allow that to happen. This irritates them more, and they lash out at people in irrational and ever more angry ways. Number 6. Aging narcissists are triggered by their own mortality. Just like anyone else, as the narcissist ages, they must confront the reality of their own mortality. But for the narcissist, that reality is yet one more piece of evidence that they are not superior to other people. In fact, it shows that they are just like other people, and that infuriates them even more. They can see their body deteriorating, they watch as their faces age, and they know that they won't last forever. But that's not the image they have been projecting. They have spent a lifetime telling people they are superior. They've claimed they're perfect, and they have suggested they are not subject to the same rules as everyone else. They can't avoid this particular reality, however, and that causes them depression, anxiety, and fear. For the narcissist, it's all about image. And losing that image because of the aging process is something they can't control. And number 7, aging narcissists can't keep up with changing times. Narcissists pride themselves on being more intelligent and more capable than other people. Everyone struggles with new technology and societal changes, but as we age, that gets even more difficult. For the narcissist, that is more evidence of their ineptitude. They hate that things are no longer as easy for them to do because they don't understand. They hate that they can't predict things anymore because societal norms have changed. It makes them feel stupid and weak, and that exacerbates their self-loathing and internal shame. It's a no-win situation for the narcissist, since the times will continue to change, and they will continue to feel more and more as though they can't keep up. This increases their anger and anxiety. It makes them feel even more worthless and inferior. It makes them more rageful, and it causes them to become even more manipulative. Finally, as pathological narcissists age, they become more manipulative and abusive. They will prey on their victims' fears and vulnerabilities to exploit and control them. They will create emotional wounds and then use those wounds to attempt to control you. They are vicious and unrepentant in their behavior because they see it as your duty to tend to their needs. It's a terribly abusive situation that no one should have to endure. Understanding their behavior is the beginning, but there is more you can do. I have created a 5-step roadmap to heal emotional triggers to help you identify, diffuse, and heal your emotional triggers and the wounds that created them. This handy guide takes you step by step through a process that I know works because I've used it myself. It will help you free yourself from narcissistic abuse forever. To get a free copy, just click on the link below the video and I'll send it directly to your inbox so you can get started today. Thanks for watching.